Because what's going on with Kai Cenat? People mad at him? I gotta be honest with you. I very rarely watch Kai Cenat. I watched a lot of highlight clips from his Elden Ring playthroughs, which was cool. But other than that, I don't really watch him all that much. But I think he's cool though. Like I actually kind of like him, like just like on a community like level, like you know. I like him in the streaming community. Like look at this, bro. Really changed his whole apartment to look like Batman. Like this is sick, bro. This is awesome.
This may be an L take, and I apologize in advance.
I would love to do something like bro. If I had the money, you kidding me? This is amazing, bro. It's taking it to the next level.
But I couldn't see how niggas got into PewDiePie.
Well, guys.
So you said what? Hold on, I do gotta increase the volume. I can barely hear this one. Hold on.
Maybe an L take, and I apologize in advance. But I couldn't see how niggas got into PewDiePie.
Well, guys, there seems to be an epidemic, and as a person who has a commentary channel on YouTube,
what did he say?
Clearly, I think my opinion is far more important than it actually is, so I feel like it is my duty to talk about that epidemic to you guys, because, you know, I'm sure you care about what I think. Over the last, like, year or so, I'd say, but especially, like, the last 3 or 4 months, I've seen a pretty significant rise in something on the internet, especially in, like, the content creation / streaming world. It's become, like, what I guess you could call a problem. It's not really a problem because, you know, stuff like this doesn't really matter in the real world all that much. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, it's more like, it's not a problem. It's an issue.
We'll get into that later.
You know what I'm saying?
But, I feel like it's definitely affecting the integrity of content creation as a whole, and, you know, that means something to me, so here we are. Now, what?
Yeah, it does. I hate that people are like, 100% yes, none of it matters, and it does not matter. No, it holds no water in the real world. However, to content creators, the content creation space and the community, what happens in there is incredibly important to us, because this is where we hang out. This is where we vibe. We like this place. We try to make it nice.
What's inspiring today's video,
Vacuum your house, you know?
was a couple of days
Sweep
ago,
the room
a
you
clip of Kai
sweep the
Cenat
bedroom you
went
sleep
viral
in.
on Twitter, where on stream he basically said he doesn't understand how anybody used to watch PewDiePie or like got into watching PewDiePie, implying that his videos were boring. And since PewDiePie was one of, if not the first content creators to really master the whole put your head down and let shit blow over method when it comes to getting out of controversy,
I'm gonna be honest with you though, it's a valid question, and here's what the answer is. It's literally the time period. In the same way that action movies, like we you know, before we had the superhero, you know, boom, we had the fast cars boom, where it was Fast and the Furious, and every freaking movie had to have crazy car chase scenes. Then before that, it was the bank heist, you know, thing. That, you know, it kind of like how in video games you have like the zombie boom, and then before the zombie boom it was the battle, you know, or not. Well, recently it's the battle royale, right? It's battle royale, but before that it was zombies, and before that it was freaking something else. You get me? Like, there's always gonna be like a time frame or like something that's in the now, popular now, and at least early, like PewDiePie was very early on in the space, so like. He kind of was doing something that not a lot of other people were doing necessarily, and he was doing it better than most other people. That's really where it comes down to. And in a similar sense, Kai is doing something that not a lot of people do, where he's literally building entire sets just to play a freaking video game. You get what I'm saying? And he's doing a whole show of it. He's doing a whole freaking, like, event. Like, that, you get what I'm saying? And so that's, yeah.
These days, I feel like the average opinion on
But I get it. He doesn't understand PewDiePie's situation because, frankly, it's probably just not his vibe. It's probably just not his cup of tea. They are wildly different.
Relatively positive.
Even though they aren't both gaming streamers.
Field for seemingly no reason rubbed some people the wrong way. Now, I promise this is not going to be 10 minutes of me talking about what Kai Cenat said about PewDiePie, but just for context, I'll show you.
Bro, been going for 67 hours. Damn.
Of what actually happened.
That's sick.
Please subscribe.
That shit was fire to me.
Hold on. This may be an L take.
What you finna say?
This may be an L take, and I apologize in advance.
Nah, L take, but valid question though.
But I couldn't see how niggas got into PewDiePie. I'm sorry.
Nah, I agree. I feel like I didn't watch him. When I looked into him,
I'll be honest. That might be a.
Yeah, see, you got a lot of people same. L take, facts.
L take though. You feel me?
It'd be like.
Nah, L take for sure. Stefano is still one of the funniest freaking things ever. I want to say PewDiePie for sure. Like set the like. Again, if you're not into the, like Let's Plays, you're just not gonna be into PewDiePie in general. You get me? But this is a different vibe. But
I
I'll
guess
take
sometimes, but
personally.
everybody's not for everybody, because some niggas might say that about
Facts. There you go.
Not facts.
Mhm.
It be
True.
like that.
Robin's got it down.
Personally, though, I don't know.
Okay, so there's the
Nah, it is very respectful. People tripping. Facts.
clip, and like obviously nothing terrible is said. It is
Yeah.
honestly a little worse in context. Usually that's not the way these things go. Usually things are like cut out to make things sound a little bit worse than usual. Not that that's really applicable here. We'll get to that in a second. But I scrubbed through the like 25 fucking hours of this stream to find where it was said. And right before this guy was talking about how like Jake Paul and Team 10 used to run shit. So to follow that up by saying, yeah, PewDiePie was kind of ass is kind of weird, but you know.
Okay, yeah, in that context, yeah, Jake Paul, they all suck. What do you mean?
Who cares?
How the hell
As
you
I was
gonna
saying, it's
talk
not
like what? Nah, bro. So two Kai L's right there. L takes.
Kai really says anything too bad here. He's just giving his opinion. Says he doesn't know.
I'm gonna be real with you. I thank goodness Kai is a great entertainer because he sucks at picking entertainers. I'll tell you that much.
How somebody got into a YouTuber. Who gives a fuck?
Really?
Not everybody's gonna like the same YouTubers. But a lot of people on Twitter did seem to really get upset about this. I've seen dozens of YouTube videos.
I gotta be completely honest with you. I feel like a lot of times when things like this happen, it's less to do with his actual take and more to do with people have been at the edge of their seats, at their tippy toes, waiting for Kai to say anything that they could like latch onto and be like, ah, haha, you bad, cancel, get rid of him, no
knows
more.
me
You get what I'm
about
saying? Like they're really just waiting
and,
for it.
Yeah, that
It's
was
disingenuous.
the intention. Rage bait has taken over the internet in a way that I have never seen it before. Ladies and
Bro,
gentlemen,
tell me Kai did this on purpose though, actually as rage bait. Cause bro, you gonna blow up. So of course you gonna blow up on this.
boys and girls, Cenat
And
is
with the
the kind of
Batman
content
costume,
creator
come
right
on!
now where everything that
People gonna be like, what the hell is Kai Cenat doing with the Batman
is
suit?
coming out of his mouth, everything that he's doing is being formulated by a team. He is basically like the Mr. Beast of streaming. This is not organic content. He has teams within teams of people looking for the
Yeah.
most efficient ways to go viral, the best ways to get clips of him out there, people constantly looking for new and more effective ways to get people saying the word
110%. He's a genius. Kai Cenat is absolutely smart. He's running this thing like a business, as he should. He is intelligent. He is smart, and if he should run this as far and as long as he can. I absolutely love the competition between him and Iron Mouse right now for the top of Twitch. Please keep going. We want to break more and more records. We love to see it. Screw the fans and the audience that are hating on either or side. If content creators who are genuinely love the platforms want to see these records getting broken time and time again, we want to see it. We want to see it. Please continue to be competitive. Continue to compete against each other and alongside each other and with each other. We want to see it.
Kai Cenat, and every single fucking person on the internet plays right into it. Now look, rage baiting, engagement farming, clip farming, whatever you want to call it, it's nothing new. People have been making a fool of themselves or intentionally pissing other people off for views forever, but I feel like recently people have been able to take it to new heights. I feel like it's pretty fair to
Nah, but you see, the best part is that now all Kai needs to do is wait a little bit for it to blow over. Then he's gonna send PewDiePie a message like, "Hey, what's up, bro? Turn up. Let's do a collaboration." And then suddenly it's gonna explode all over the internet. I'm calling it right freaking now. He's gonna invite them over.
YouTubers or
They're gonna blow it
content
up.
creators in general, really, being genuine celebrities is still a relatively new thing. Sure, you can go back 10 years ago and there were a ton of content creators that were pretty big names and most of the people on the internet knew them. But these days, you have guys like Kai Cenat showing up in fucking T-Mobile commercials with Snoop Dogg and Patrick Mahomes. You've got gambling commercials with Sketch and Drewski. You've got Mr. Beast partnering with one of the biggest companies in the world making a game show. I mean, things are different. These guys are no longer just internet names. It's just a different level of celebrity than we're used to seeing from people who got their fame off the internet. And with that, I feel like comes a new, basically free way to get your name out there more and more every day, and it's doing shit like Kai Cenat did with this clip. He says something that nobody's gonna care about, nobody's gonna remember after a few days, but is just controversial enough, just outside of the box enough that it pisses some people off. and then you've got free advertising on the front page of Twitter for the next 24 hours. Now, obviously, for the average content creator, even a relatively big content creator, something like this is not really going to work. You're going to have to say something more outrageous, more polarizing, something that produces more real emotions from people. But when you're one of the biggest content creators on the internet, every single thing you say is going to be seen by a lot of people. So anything that can be slightly polarizing is going to have this sort of effect. So when him saying something like this produces multiple tweets about him that all have millions of views, it's really no wonder that a lot of smaller content creators try and reproduce this effect by saying crazier and crazier shit. But I mean, I feel like we've talked about that kind of rage bait a lot already. You know, the kind of guys who will go around just trying to piss people off doing anything for a viral clip, think like Jack Doherty. This, however, feels a little bit newer, a little bit different, and
That for sure. I also have to, sorry, I have to point out, Kai cannot freaking stand still, can he?
like, I'm not saying that it's worse by any means, because trust me, I would rather people just go crazy about anything that Dexerto
Bro, finally, I waited until he finally, like,
dumbasses
stopped.
harassing people with
He was
the
like
camera for
jumping, he
views.
was like
However,
moving
I do
around,
think
jumping.
this
I
is
feel
an
that, I'm the
interesting
same
thing to
way.
talk about, because I feel like in an era
Constantly
where
switching
media
legs.
literacy is about to get extremely important, we are seeing it drop like a lot. To me, these sorts of clips are seeming to do to the 30 and under crowd what AI posts are doing to the like 50 and over crowd. People cannot tell anymore when they're being taken advantage of on the internet, it seems. And, you know, to be honest, I don't know if I can really blame them. I feel like this is one of those things where, since I basically deal with it every single day, I sometimes start to forget that the average person does not, and I have to remember that for it to make sense that most people would not think twice about shit like this, because I feel like the average person does not really fully grasp just how monetized every single thing on every single social media is these days. If you want to know why rage bait is so popular these days, it's because
penny
you
pitching,
can get
dude.
paid money for basically any fucking thing that happens on social media.
Yeah,
now.
bro.
That's why there's so
You
many
just-
bot accounts
you get
on
so-
Twitter.
you
That's
just
why there's
keep
so
freaking-
many people on TikTok
keep
who will
spamming.
shill literally anything they can find in the TikTok shop. That's why half of every single Twitter comment section is just dudes who will sit around on Twitter all day long, disagreeing with anybody who's willing to talk to them, trying to get as many conversations and as many impressions as possible. And it's why you've got guys like Cenat probably paying Twitter accounts like Dexerto to take a 10-second clip out of a 25-hour-long stream to get people a little riled up. Social media is so damn lucrative these days that social media platforms will pay you for just about anything that you can do to keep other people on their platform for longer. And I mean, look, as a person who pays their bills through a form of that, I'm not necessarily complaining. However, I do think that it's gone a little far. Maybe I'm just biased because I'm a YouTuber, but I feel like there is a distinctive difference between somebody making a YouTube video and then that person splitting the ad revenue gained from that video with Google because people enjoyed watching the video, and a person sitting on Twitter all day purposefully trying to piss people off and get people into arguments because Twitter wants to reward you if you can get people addicted to Twitter and have them sit on it all day and argue with other people, continuing the cycle. Now, like, obviously, a lot of people were going to spend their days doing that anyways, but there has definitely been an increase in the amount of people willing now that you can make money off of it. Anyways, I feel like I'm kind of getting away from my original point. Basically, why I wanted to make this video is because I feel like I'm starting to see stuff like this pretty frequently, and I mean, there's nothing that can really be done about it. They're going to continue to do this stuff because it's so damn effective and it's essentially free. Once you reach the level of fame that a guy like Cenat is at, all you've got to do is say something, I don't know, slightly abrasive once every 3 weeks, and then you're going to go viral on Twitter. 100 dumbasses, including
It would be ideally, right, in a perfect world, but then you're going to have those situations where suddenly, you're gonna suddenly find yourself in a situation where you might say one thing that you thought was gonna be like safe, and it's just not. It's just not. You get me?
myself will make a video about you on YouTube. You'll get the easiest, freest flow of traffic of your entire career, and you'll just keep doing it because why wouldn't you? So I'm not going to sit here and be like, we need to end this, we need to figure out how to get these guys to stop doing this stuff, because they're not gonna. Really, what I want to say is that the next time you see something like this, the next time you see a tweet or a clip like this, where somebody is doing something or saying something that isn't like crazy offensive, but it's enough that it's something you might talk about, just ask yourself, yourself, is this real? Does this feel organic to me? Does this really feel like somebody was just watching a 24-hour-long stream and decided to clip what was basically a throwaway comment about a YouTuber who doesn't even really upload anymore?
No, it's his moderators, it's his mods, and his clippers, which would be, once you get to a certain level of, like, actually, like, popular, your popularity can also sustain other people's channels. Think about, like, OzDaMonke and his clipper channel. So, like, it's a cool economy, honestly.
Or was this done
to, like,
on
look
purpose
into.
to get me angry?
Yeah, bro, you ripped up the chair. You can buy that tape, they sell tape for that.
Really
you can buy some
sit
tape.
there for a moment and think,
They also sell like a glue, but the glue looks nasty. I don't like the glue.
he have maybe picked PewDiePie because he's a guy who's done some pretty questionable stuff in the past and can't really be defended too hard on the internet? And is Cenat saying something as tame as, you know what, I don't really like this YouTuber as much as other people, really worth a tweet from Dexerto? Those are just a few things that I think you should
That a grilled cheese? What are you eating?
ask yourself. And if you do ask yourself those questions and you get
It looked like a grilled cheese.
your answer and you still want to
Hungry.
reply to that tweet or you still want to make a YouTube video, okay, do whatever you want. Who gives a shit? But
Oh yeah, that's a grilled cheese. Damn, I'm hungry.
don't let it suck you in if you don't really want it to. If you want
You think you buttered it? Do y'all butter your grilled cheese? My family didn't butter the grilled cheese for like a long time.
to get sucked in, pause. Fine, let it happen. Who cares? But if you don't,
Somebody, look, what are you using? Is he using like a different? What kind of toast is that? My toast, I just use regular like pan bimbo.
taking a step back and asking
That
yourself,
Wonder Bread.
is this bullshit, can
How come
save
his
you
looks better than
more
mine?
often than you'd think. Well, guys, what do you think? Like I said, the reason I'm making this video is not really to like try and get these guys to stop doing it, because there's no way they would unless I could.
There's no way they would. There's no reason they would. There's no. Yeah, there's no, like, it's not a bad thing. It's just, it's kind of like, you know, in the same way as a sales tactic, a bad thing. Not really, you know, it's it's business. What you
Like
mean?
Aaron Yeager into everybody's brain and be like, hey, maybe stop believing and buying into every single thing you see on Twitter might do you some good. Unless we can figure out that technology, I don't think that's gonna happen. So the best I can do is tell you guys, which I probably don't need to, because if you're watching my videos, you're probably smarter than the average person already, to not take the bait. You know, it seems really easy in the moment. Nobody ever means to take the bait, but it happens. It happens to the best of us. If you take it, all you can do is learn from it, move forward, be a better person. Originally, I wasn't gonna make this video because I only saw the one tweet about it, but once I looked into it further, like I said, there were tons of tweets with millions of views. People were genuinely making videos about this on YouTube, like Cenat just destroyed his career, like shut the fuck up. And it's like, I can't always tell how much of that is other people taking the bait and how much of it is people just feeding into it, knowing that it's complete bullshit, but wanting to get the views out of it anyways. You never
I have to say, I think like at least maybe 70% of that is gonna be just people taking the bait, not taking the bait, but sort of like grabbing the bait because of the fact they know it's gonna get them views. It's a really good way to like again, it's an economy. Cenat gets more views, you get more views for reporting on it. You know, it's a whole thing.
never really know.
And most people, most logical people, will be like, Cenat, you know, Cenat's career finally over 100%. Oh, cried, oh no, well. Then they'll go and see the clip and be like, that's not even that bad of a take. Yeah, PewDiePie's kind of meh. You know, sometimes, I can see it. Like, some people don't like it. Alright, sure. It's not your cup of tea. But they might actually like Kai. And his content, and now he's got a new fan. You get me?
I just think that we should all
It's
try
like the
and
Louis
make an
CK
effort
thing, or the
moving
Barbra
forward
Streisand
to
effect.
ignore stuff like this, and maybe we won't have to deal with it popping up all over our social medias anymore. Probably wishful thinking. See ya.
Likely. Okay. His life depends. Okay, not really. Alright, that's a good thing you put not really. I was, for a second there, I really thought it was. His life did depend on it. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and share this video on the Discord. Please go drop a like, go drop a view. Thanks for hanging out. Like or dislike, comment, and subscribe, and become a Monodachi today! I live stream all day, Monday through Friday, so go say hi! That's all for now, Monos. Goodbye, and thanks for swinging by. Salut!